Alright. You may have just watched my other video. 3 reasons not to get a ball python. This video right here, you guys, is 3 reasons why you should get a ball python. Look at that. Look at that. Anyway, welcome and welcome back to Kingdom Animalia. Like I just said, I'm going to give you guys 3 reasons why you should get a ball python. Let's go. Alright, reason number 1. Because they're amazing. We're going to make that reason number 1 for real. But I'm going to go in depth as to why they're amazing. Very easy to take care of. Very, very calm. Very docile. Very relaxed. They look great. He's actually going to shed soon. And he still looks pretty. This is JP. Well, handsome. We're going to use the correct terminology here. This is JP, my ball python, and he, like I said, he's about to shed, so he's not in his prettiest state or his most handsome state, but he's still pretty good looking. I think so. You should think so. We think so together. We think so together. This is our moment. We think so together. Anyway, they are awesome. A lot of people, where was I going with that? Yes, there we go. A lot of people, this makes a great first snake for someone to keep as a pet, for someone to hold, for someone to anything. Anything you're doing with a snake, 9 times out of 10, I don't know, some people are weird. I'd say a ball python would make a good example of it. I've had people who never touch snakes, people who are petrified of snakes, people who hate snakes, interact with ball pythons, and they're very good at changing their minds because ball pythons are very, very calm. They're a prime example of what are you scared of? Because ball pythons are nothing to be scared of. They're never out to get you. They're always pretty calm. Like, chances are when they're in shed, like JP, that's usually their worst, and he's at his worst right now, and he's this calm. This is ball pythons in a bottle. They're very, very calm. They don't give you a hard time really ever. The hardest thing about them is, like you may have heard in the last video, they don't always eat all the time. That's the hardest thing, I'd say. Aside from that, they're just pretty cool. They come in all sorts of varieties and of colors and patterns and things like that. So, oh my goodness. I think I was about to get the hiccups or something. But yes, they come in a variety of patterns and colors and things like that for you to choose from. They have a wide variety of price ranges for you to also choose from. And just given all of that, why wouldn't you want a ball python? We're going to act like I didn't just make a video telling you why you wouldn't. But why wouldn't you? Like, that's number 1. They're amazing. Right? Yes, you think so? I think so. Number 2. Oh, had a pain in my side. Number 2 for ball pythons is that they're easy to maintain. They aside from them being awesome, they're very, very easy for you to care for. Now, when you start up with them, that's going to be the hardest part because that's, your upfront costs and things like that. But after you have everything set up, they're super easy to take care of. You clean out their enclosures, like you do a full clean maybe once every 1 or 2 months, and you replace whatever substrate you have or something like that, or you like remove and replenish whatever substrate you're using after they poop. Maybe like, not really maybe, but like once a week. You clean it out once a week. You feed them about once a week. You give them food, you give them water. You have yourself a great companion who is always going to be about this calm. This is it. As I just made the point, this is it. I like that about ball pythons. Some people don't, but I do. I feel like that's a great thing. They're calm. They're not a type of animal that you really have to be worried about 24/7. You know, you turn away from a ball python, chances are when you turn back, it's still going to be there. They're pretty slow, not because they're just a slow animal. They're slow by choice. I've seen them move kind of fast. But they're slow by choice. They're if you were to lose a ball python, they're usually pretty easy to find if you find them. If you look for them in like the same amount, a few hours or whatever from when you had lost them. I've had my ball pythons escape in the past, and I've never had a ball python escape and never found it. I've had other snakes escape and never found them, but I've never had a ball python escape and I never found it. They almost always turn up, which is just great. I don't even remember what I made the point for number 2. I think I said they were easy to maintain, and they are. There we go. They are very, very easy to maintain. You don't have to worry about much of anything when you have a ball python. You can handle them pretty much whenever you want to. I wouldn't do it when they're shedding. I just made a bad example of that because JP was shedding. But I wouldn't do it too much when they're shedding, only to just cut them some slack, leave them alone for a little bit so that you don't stress them out in a stressful time, in which like when they're shedding. I only say it's stressful because it's one of those times when they can't see. Their eyes get what's called opaque, and that's because they have a scale over their eyes. Their eyes don't close. They don't have eyelids, so they just kind of have a cover over it. It's a very, very thin scale, and there's a fluid that goes across the body per se when they're about to shed, and it kind of helps separate that old skin from the new. And that's there in the eye cap as well, and it just kind of creates this cloudy substance and things like that, and it's just not something that all snakes are very fond of being bothered during. JP doesn't care, which is why I still took him out. But yeah, that's just one of those things where that would probably be the hardest time when to take them out, handle them. That would probably be a time when you don't want to bother them too much, something like that. But they're easy to maintain, easy to interact with, like super, super easy. That's what. He's going under my fridge. Oh no, she's going under my fridge. There we go. There we go. Got her. Okay. Very, very easy to maintain. That's number 2. And then for number 3, we're also going to switch because why not? So welcoming back Silky, our third reason is going to be that they don't take up a lot of space. And, that kind of goes hand in hand with the other 2 reasons. So now we have an animal that is amazing. It's easy to take care of, easy to handle, not too expensive to buy from the beginning, definitely not hard to maintain, and it doesn't take up a lot of space. For a lot of people, that's important. You don't want something that takes up like your entire living room, like a retic. A retic, you might as well just give it your bedroom. A reticulated python, for those of you who don't know what that is. You might as well just give it your bedroom. They need a lot of space. But ball pythons, they don't take up a lot of space. Ball pythons, if you can put them in like a 40 breeder if you were using like a tank. Other people put them in storage bins. I have mine in storage bins. I don't have I don't have any adults yet. These guys are still juveniles if you're referring to their size. They're about a year and change old, all of them, about a year and a half or so. And they still got about another year and a half to go before they're all adults. And so they're not as big as they can be, but they are in, let me put on my glasses. They are in, still can't see. They are in 70 quart tubs right now. And that'll last them a while. And I'll put them in something bigger when they are bigger. Probably like 100 or something like that. But that's to be determined when the time comes. Right now isn't that time. They don't take up all the space in the enclosure yet. But yeah, so they don't take up too much space. So you have a good looking animal that you'll have, say, in your living room or your bedroom. in either a terrarium or in a or a bin that looks good. You can take out at almost any moment. You can handle at almost any moment. You can take pictures with, because they look good. You can maintain it easily. You don't have to do a lot of maintenance work. It's not something you're gonna have to take care of every day. Just make sure it has clean water. You feed them once a week, clean out their tanks once a week. It's super easy. And that's my third reason as to why you should get a ball python. Because why? Why not? Why not? Why not? Why not? You get me? But yes. So we're going to end the video on that note. This video and the last video were actually pretty short, and that's kind of how I wanted them to be. But yeah, so there you guys go. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, give me a thumbs up. If you enjoyed it a little bit extra, subscribe. If you didn't enjoy it a little bit extra and you just enjoyed it, still subscribe. If you made it this far, you liked something, so subscribe and give me a thumbs up. You guys have a good day, a good night, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time of the day it is for you right now, and make sure it's good. All right? And I'll see you guys in the next video. I missed. Bow.